Hello everybody, Seeky the Kid here. Welcome back to even more Ace Attorney. Last episode, we began the second court day. And now we have Meekins here on the stand. And I made a terrible realization. That's the wrong button. If I could show you all once more. This picture. That's the white lab coat that's obviously from Goodman. Because, let's be real, that's the only thing that makes sense. It's on Lana's shoulders, it's covered with blood, and Officer Meekins says that his coat was drenched in blood. Oh my god. This is not looking good, but obviously she was wearing the coat. So we gained one thing out of this. While it makes Lana look bad, it also says that there's no way that this event happened before. This event happened before Goodman's death. So, how was there a murder at the police sink as well as his murder at the basement? It doesn't make sense because it couldn't have happened. Then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in the face, sir! After that, I passed out till another officer smacked me awake. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious! Oh, right. I feel so stupid right now for Phoenix. You lost an argument against Meekins! According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too! I woke up crying tears of pain! That's nicer, I mean, it's nice you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir! Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir! I returned to the edges before things got out of hand! Well, we can all rest easy now. Our Lord and Savior, the Blue Badger, has survived. I believe now we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me this morning, sir. Chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. I can take some from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had to be been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Alright, now it feels more like Gant is messing up Edgeworth on purpose, so now I'm thinking Gant did it. I'm thinking Gant really did it. Let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? Oh dear God! Are you watching Meekins murder somebody, or are you watching Meekins get murdered? What the? Okay, Meekins looks dead. Where did Goodman go? Where did Goodman go? Hey, wait a minute. The last locker has something to get out of it now. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, sir. That's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? I am so surprised it took this long for somebody to actually say something that wasn't E-rated. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to... I'm looking at this. That word, at the very beginning of that thing, is that supposed to be capitalized? Now I'm confused. Your Honor, instead of relying clearly on incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir! As you wish, sir! Ooh, look at the sky, sir. It looks beautiful, sir. His face can't be clearly seen on the video, but there's no questioning the other person was Detective Goodman, sir! I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. Objection! Look at that! The locker's light is already on. So that's a problem right there. And that last locker has no cloth in it. And wait a minute. Marshall's fingerprints are found on that last one. I think I know who that guy is. I don't think that's Goodman. I think that's Marshall. I think that's Marshall just based on everything I have up to now. So must be Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint activation lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened to the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Yes. Alright, so... No. No! Regarding the video containing this tape, there is one thing that, in particular, that seems rather strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Ellsworth? Suppose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will not play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You could do it, Mr. Wright. I'll set it up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video, sir! How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where's the contradiction that indicates... Boop. Yay! A light is on that is not supposed to be on. Officer Meekins! Sir! Do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the lockout works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match... Hey, wait, look! I think that's a picture of Maggie Bird. In the locker. Is she even in the first... Was she in the first game? I have no idea. Was that added in later on? Was that in the original? I don't know. But that's a picture of Maggie, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. That's cool. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir! Every time he says sir now, I'm just gonna make him scream it. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. What's the problem, sir? Sir, what's the problem? There's a flashing light. Are we really gonna watch this entire thing? I don't want to watch this entire thing. Okay, we're watching this. Okay. This looks like something I would have made in MMD, to be honest. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit! Let's get lit with it, as the judge says. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. What was that sound? It sounded like a dying chicken! It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locks are controlled by an electric system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Your Honor, yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Yes, why indeed? This isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor. Something jam the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Alright, gotta sit back, sorry. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. I can't read that! Alright. You... like... Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is. Right by, walk by. No! Got you! My sights! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. There's a glove in the way! And rubber changes electricity. It makes sense. There's no music. That's weird. That's creepy. Ace Attorney, the horror film. That's exactly why they're not showing us his face. It's probably It's probably Jake Marshall. That's what makes sense to me. I don't think this is Goodman. Despite my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distance when I open my car door, sir. You can't be sure the item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What does something say inserted say between the sensor and the door? In inserted, this white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie! Sure, there's a chance to get stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. I just was talking about that! There just might be something that fits that description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean... It's a rubber glove! It was... this glove! I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that it was the victim's locker. There's a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict a victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp is test to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is it not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear, sir! I can just imagine, like, if we don't move, like, he's still just choking himself. We're gonna, like, I continue his, like, blue in the face just on the ground. Please. I just did the most disturbing audio thing I think I've ever done. So, oh god. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Miss Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Guzman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Stop me, sir! I'm not sure what you're referencing to, sir. Oh, you mean that? Of course, sir. Sir! I need a drink of my thing now, sir, because I'm thirsty. Thank God I have water. I have water in a mini fridge. There's only thing that proves the man was Mr. Detective Goodman, sir. To the evidence room. One must use their ID card. Oh. Oh, easy. I already got the way to do this. Oh my god, I wasn't reading. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Special cases, extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. I did not realize I was skipping. I'm sorry! There are only a few cases for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move to cross-examination. What I was trying to do was... I feel like an idiot. I got the answer, though. Objection! He lost something that day, and it was his ID card! When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report is only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe it's this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability on the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. And the evidence we have for this is because he didn't spell out his ID on the thing. Only me one thing, it doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered at the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright! Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room, Officer Meekins' encounter, was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the incident of the murder. That's well, I guess that's right. There's something wrong, Mr. Wright. Only moments ago you seemed content pointing your finger around. This is going to end well. Well. It seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake. At the time in the police department on the day of the crime. So the real crime could have took place in the underground parking lot. The prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lone Sky, the defendant, the evidence compelling. The moment of the defendant used the weapon. And I didn't realize that's what we're doing with this. That's not good. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Uh-oh. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you've objected to what you've just proven. No. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? The cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Security video did not show the actual murder. And then if we, like, take a small close look at the locker door right there. Look at that cloth. However, it cannot be said that it's unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor? If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witness for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Who do you have in mind? Someone we have a reason to believe who knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Before deciding whether or not to comply. Mr. Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? He's in charge of the evidence room. I fear we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible regarding the room, we should hear his testimony. And with that, we're going to end this episode off here. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Ace Attorney, and I will see you all next time. See you.